Okay, folks, good morning and welcome to Swing Trading Today. This is Bob Desmond and it is May the 6th. Happy Thursday. And I believe Google has today happy check your pet. What does it say here? It's World Password Day. Happy World Password Day, everyone. All right, what we're going to talk about today is Twilio Earnings. They reported last night. We'll talk about what that stock is doing, what they reported, and forward-looking guidance. And we'll talk about the trade we put on and how we expect that to perform at the open. We'll also talk about earnings coming out after hours this evening. We do have on our radar screen 2 trades. We'll talk about those. We'll talk about the pre-market activity. And we'll do some stock chart requests. So let's begin first with a note from our sponsor, which is TrendSpider. Folks, don't settle for ordinary trading software. Automate your grunt work, speed up your technical analysis while improving your accuracy. Reduce costly analytical mistakes by using their trade alerts. And with their trade alerts, you time your trades with precision. So take a step back, take a deep breath. No intraday trading if you don't have to. If you're a great day trader, good for you. I'm not. I need to be more deliberate. I need to be able to sit back, relax, have a cup of coffee after hours, markets closed, set up my trade alerts after, after running some scans, which they have. You don't need to build them. They already have them built for you. And with those scans, you find winning trade setups and trade off your alerts. It's a rules-based approach. If this, then that. If you see a breakout after an alert fires off and it holds at the close, well then, you have your buy signal. If a stock breaks down below a support level where you have an alert set up, could be a short signal. So that's our rules-based approach. We know it works for us, and it's not day trading. It is more deliberate investment and or swing trading. So take advantage. They have a 7-day free trial offer. Watch their demo. We give it away free, 14-day free trial offer to the Contrarian trader. If you want swing trades, in-depth analysis of the market every evening and on the weekends. If you want options trades, which we've done very, very well with this earnings season, well then join the Contrarian trader. Sign up free 14-day free trial offer. There's a link below to TrendSpider, 35% discount code below. Also to my website, The Contrarian Trader. Check us both out. Let's get to our analysis of the markets this morning. Okay, so earnings. Last night we had Twilio come out. And we're going to go to that in a moment. I just want to talk briefly about what we're looking to trade tonight. Penn National Gaming, I didn't get a piece of this. But tonight, we're going to have, this is Thursday, right? Yes, we're on Thursday. We're going to have Square and Expedia come out. And wish I had my listogram that I normally have. And we're going to be looking to trade some options trades using a strangle. Just go to Investopedia. They'll share with you what a strangle is. It's pretty simple. The key is that while it looks very, very sexy, the name of the game is do not get greedy. So tonight, we will be putting out those trades. And we'll talk about them on the week ahead, on Market Wrap. Oh, as a matter of fact, no Market Wrap tonight. Tonight is Thursday Night Stock Charts Live. We'll be talking about it live on YouTube. So click that link below or click the subscribe button. We have a reminder button of when we go live as well. So join us 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go to the pre-market activity. And don't forget, tomorrow, folks, we have the Pimp Mac Daddy of them all coming out. That's non-farm payrolls. Keep an eye on that. It's certainly a market mover, and this is a market under pressure. Yes, we're up right now. We weren't a short while ago. So let's go to a 4-hour chart. Actually, let's stay on this chart. Let's go to Twilio first. So what we did here with Twilio as our trade is that we opened up a position. And you might be thinking, wow, he's going to get hurt today. No, we're not. We're going to do quite well. Why? We used a strangle. We sold a 2 standard deviation out of the money call option at a 400 strike and a put option. What was that put strike? I believe 290. I think it's 290, which is way down on here. You can't even see it on the screen. We're going to open up at around 317. Yes. It took it on the chin. And this is why I say don't go buying stocks into earnings. If you're seeing somebody tell you to buy a stock into earnings, whether it be a so-called friend, associate, co-worker, some talking head on CNBC, run for the hills. Because they're either A, ignorant, or B, they're setting you up. So run for the hills. Because if you would have bought, because some joker told you buy Twilio at 335.72, the last tick of yesterday, how would you be doing today? This is why our strategy is, while we're using options, people get all scared about using options. Folks, you need to not be greedy, be strategic, and use them appropriately, and don't go buying them. That's a sucker's bet long term. You need to be able to sell options, generate cash flow. So we expect to be booking profits here this morning. I'm going to put out an advanced order. I'm going to let the computer do the work for me, and we'll close out that trade, and we move on to the next one. What else do we have? Let's go to the futures. Now we'll go to a 4-hour chart. I want to take a look at the dollar. I've been talking about the dollar ad nauseum for a while now. I've been very bearish on the dollar when we've had our counter trend rallies, which have been ruthless. I've sat on my gold positions, sat on my gold mining stocks, and I think that very, very soon it's going to begin to bear fruit. Now, the U.S. dollar, I mentioned this yesterday morning on Swing Trading Today, that we were in a very tight wedge formation overnight. We have broken that wedge formation. We are breaking down yet again. We're down nearly 1/3%. That is bullish for commodities. Let's take a look at gold. Gold moving up higher this morning, off of its high, but doing very well, stair-stepping higher. Crude oil. Crude oil is pulling back, but I think we're going to pop up higher here. This current bar, which opened up at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, looks as though it wants to pop up higher. Energy stocks are getting a little bit frothy, so don't be shocked to see a pullback. What else? Agriculture price. Let's go to silver prices first. Silver setting up nicely, looking to break out. We have a position in silver and the mining stocks as well. Now, agriculture pulled back a little bit overnight. I think that's only because we hit this upper band of resistance. And we're just going to consolidate here. Let's do this, like a parallelogram. So here's our lower band of support. And that'll probably correspond, if we draw left, with other support levels back here. So the trend is clearly up, despite this little blip on the screen for wheat. And this is inflation, folks. You're seeing it. You don't need to wait for the CPI or any of these other manipulated inflation indexes. All you need to do is look at the charts. And I'm not talking about a 4-hour chart. We're looking at weekly charts when we talk about these from a macro view. Gasoline, I mean, a picture tells 1,000 words. I don't need the federal government to tell me that there's inflation. We've been pounding the table on this for months. Now, all of a sudden, it's becoming conversation at the dinner table and on the financial news media. I think that the dinner table is more up to date with inflation than the financial news media. They don't want to talk about it. Soybeans, just off their highs. Mr. Jedi Kid, you got it, brother. I love JO. It's funny that you bring this up. We're talking about commodities. I love JO. Oh my God, it's ripping this morning. Oh, this is yesterday. All right, drilled down. Oh, it's still ripping. Now we're at 43. All right, so the game plan here is I can't chase it, but I will sell puts against it. So let's talk about that for a moment. What am I doing when I say I'm selling puts? Does that mean I'm bearish on the stock or the ETN? No. That means I'm very bullish. When people hear puts, they get all nervous. Oh, you're going to look to short what appears to be a strong commodity, which is coffee. No, I'm not. When I say puts and selling puts, I'm selling them to the next guy. I'm selling them to the guy that's bearish on the stock. So in essence, I'm the casino. I'm the banker. I'm generating cash flow because I'm taking the opposite side of the trade. If you're wondering if you buy puts, who you're buying them from, you're buying them from a guy like me. I'm not speaking to you, Jedi. I'm speaking to the audience. I know you know. So we're generating cash flow, and what we're doing is, let's say I want to sell. I'm assuming that they have a 41 strike. Let's say I want to sell a 41 strike. Maybe I'll get paid, I don't know. It depends on the strike date. Let's say 50 cents for conversation purposes. So right now, the shares are trading at 43 in the pre-market. I sell a 41 strike. Let's say that Joe corrects and that guy I sold the options to is accurate. In the short term, coffee pulled back. Well, then what did I just do if those shares were assigned to me? I just got a discount on my coffee trade to $40.50, not adjusted for commissions, and which is small nowadays. And now I'm long of a commodity which has just had a blip on the screen pullback, and on a weekly chart looks like a dragon. It looks like a phoenix rising out of the ashes. This is a monster chart. Yes, it's a bit overbought relative to its third standard deviation Bollinger Band on a weekly chart. It's a commodity. It can go higher, but I don't want to chase it. I'll probably sell out of the money, put options, probably going out 45 days or so to take advantage of the time decay and take in a big fat credit or premium. So that's the game plan. I really like the trade. So expect it soon. I've been tying up a lot of net liquidity in these options trades, the earnings trades, and it's taken my eye off of longer term positions I want to throw on. But earnings season, I think this is going to be the last day of earnings trades for us. Maybe Cisco. I don't know what kind of premiums we're going to get off of that a week or two from now. But other than that, I think today is pretty much it. And then we'll turn our heads towards these big commodity trades that are beginning to break out. Oats, a monster. I was talking about it back here. These are my lines. As a matter of fact, I was talking about it back here. We were watching it in this breakout channel, on this trading range, and then we broke out, stair-stepped higher, broke out a monster trade here. But a bit extended. Expect a pullback, but that pullback should be bought. All right. Let's go to equity prices. Russell 2000, of which we are short, remains in a very tight trading range. The S&P 500 was down earlier, is now up, flirting with resistance. The NASDAQ 100, we booked a profit on our short position, and to be completely transparent, we had taken a loss, a strategic loss on our short of the NASDAQ 100 a couple of weeks ago. So rather than buying back the SQQQ, I decided to sell deep out of the money, put call options, and that trade worked out, making up for a sizable amount of the loss. Not complete, but sizable. So what you're seeing here is an index or an ETF, whatever you want to call it, which is under great pressure. I mentioned to members on the 4th, watch for a rally back. This is probably going to fail, and sure enough, it failed. So the question is now, do we break out to new lower lows, or do we recapture this support level? Frankly, I think odds favor bears. But it all depends upon what Fed does, the jobs data tomorrow. This becomes a warning flag on the track. So is this permeable? Will we recapture, or do we fail? Those are the only two questions that need to get answered before we make a directional play, either long or short, on the NASDAQ 100. The market's going to dictate which way we go here. I think we're good with the futures. You know what? Let's check in with Nat Gas. Nat Gas was setting up nicely. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Yeah, man. This is still good. They report inventories this morning. I believe it's 10:30. Fact check me on this. 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you have a W formation that's formed here. And I think we're probably going to break out with the rest of the commodity complex. Natural gas is frankly a laggard here. Let's leave it off with okay. So this is what longs of technology stocks need, and frankly, it's what the Federal Reserve needs. I can't wait to take a look. We'll take a look tonight at their balance sheet, because I bet you they've been buying more than what they've been leading on to. Because if yields rise, they're in a good amount of trouble. Is this a bear flag setup? That's the question. That changes them both. All right. Do we fail? It's quite possible. So far, we have a fairly bullish-looking week, but remember, it's only Thursday. We have 2 trading days left to go. Here's your downtrend of late on the 10-year yield. We broke down below support. Is this a dead cat bounce? Do we break? If we break, watch out for tech, folks. Anything high beta is going to be in big trouble. So those sexy SPACs, those sexy high-tech names, look out below. Yeah, they reported last night, didn't they? Or are they reporting tonight? FSLY. Good morning, Abel. Let's confirm that. I guess they did report. And they got hammered. I don't know if the market make a move. No, the market make a move. Oh, no, maybe it is still here. It looks like they predicted around a $7 move. This is why I try to double up this number as close as possible. This is the expected move by the market makers of the stock at earnings or after earnings were released. So they expected, let's round it up to $7. I would have looked to have sold a strangle at around $14, trying to get us next to that 2 standard deviation move. But it looks as though that deviation move would not have worked. This is a sizable correction here. And this is why I don't like trading these small companies. I traded Ferrari the other day, which is frankly a small company relative to revenues of other larger companies. And I'm paying for that. I'm managing that trade now. So this is why I like to stick with the larger names, more liquid names. 5.5. Worse than expected Q1 results. Ooh, the CFO is stepping down. Ah, that's a black swan event, man. That explains it all. Forget about the worse than expected Q1 results. When your CFO steps down, I don't know if it's immediate. If it's immediate, you got to avoid this stock. If it's a date later out in time, no biggie. But the market's not going to view a CFO stepping down immediately favorably. So I'm not sure. I'm not trying to be hyperbolic here. I don't know the facts. So I would look into that. Were I a trader of FSLY, I would certainly want to know that bit of data. Let's take a look at, well, the stock charts aren't going to be updated yet for FSLY. Let's see if TrendSpider is. Yeah, it's trading down at 48. It's closed at 58. No, it's not updated yet. Let's identify historical support. 48 is last tick. Well, let's clear all this off. There we go. Start fresh. All right. Yesterday was a sell signal anyway. I mean, we broke support. This is a weekly chart. We had broken support yesterday. I don't know if that was the first time it was acknowledged that the CFO would be stepping down after hours, but somebody knew. Somebody knew something here in advance, assuming that that was the first notice to the market that the CFO was stepping down. Somebody was in the know because it broke down on a weekly time frame. 50 has broken. We're down here. I need to go to a monthly chart. You're looking at support at 44.29. I know anybody that's watching this that's long does not want to hear that, but that's where we're at. Jedi, does it matter? Kathy Wood's ARK funds bounces. It's not the Schiller or the Buffett index. Can you clarify a little bit on that? I'm not 100% sure about the ARK funds bouncing. Are you ribbing on her? I wouldn't mind if you did. I think I don't know where the hell she came from. I didn't hear about her 6 months ago. All right, so FSLY, you got to show a lot of patience here. There's a lot of indecision. If you're not long, there's opportunity here. And let's face it, where if you go to a daily chart, I mean, this is a 2 standard deviation move. There's opportunity here. Frankly, I like FSLY. Think about it. Look at these Bollingers. We were already leaning into the day prior to last, the 3 standard deviation Bollinger Band. We're going to open up down here with support down at 44. Where's RSI? RSI is going to open up well down into the low 20s, if not the teens. So to me, I like it as a trade. So we'll definitely be watching and looking for a swing trade, not an investment. I think this is the company that was way too levered many months ago to TikTok when President Trump was still in office. Chart watchers say market goes lower if ARK fund doesn't bounce back. Well, yeah, I'll buy that. I would say the Qs. I would say the XLK, no doubt. I mean, all we need to do is this. If we want to validate that theory, let's use a pure play. Let's go with the XLK. All right, this is what I like to do. It's so critical when you have that hunch to validate it. Either it's right or wrong, and it's very provable. What am I looking for? Here, price performance. Where we go? There we go, Bob. Good boy. Okay. Looks okay. All right, so we have a correlation. We're going to put that above. We have a price performance, which is a tick-for-tick move on a relative basis. We'll put it behind. Make it a pretty gray. Validation time. Boom. All right, so let's pull back. Let's go to a monthly chart. Smooth out the noise a bit. So yeah, you can see that there's a clear correlation between the XLK and the ARK funds. So as goes the XLK, so goes the ARK funds, vice versa. There's no question about that. And here's your correlation. Right? On a monthly time frame, they trade together 96% of the time. So clear and defined correlation on a monthly chart. Weekly chart. The XLK has been outperforming these past several weeks, and ARK has been underperforming. I think that she made a very, very big mistake. And this is when I first heard about her. Like 2 days later after I heard about her, she had bought Tesla. I was bearish on Tesla. And she had bought Tesla at a ridiculous price. And I said, I don't know this lady. I never heard of her, but she's out of her mind. And sure enough, Tesla came under a lot of pressure. I know that she's pretty diversified, but she doesn't have much discipline in terms of when to buy. She's got to be clearly thinking much longer term, not short term. So I'm not saying she's wrong if her long-term model is 3-4 years from now. But if it's a short-term play, I think that, she should hire a technician, and any decent technician would have told her, what are you doing here? It's overbought. It's going to pull in, meaning Tesla. Wait. And I think she was going to buy, or did buy, Skill. I don't know the symbol of this. I just saw a headline. Skills. This is it. All right, so she's buying it well off the highs. All right, so I have no problem here. Different story. Who else do we have? FSLY we did. I have time for one more. All right, we'll do two for JA. mRNA. Kathy Wood is a Sagittarian. By nature, they're overly optimistic. That's where they get in trouble. Very good point. All right, Moderna. I would be careful here. We've broken support. And the other thing that bothers me is that you have Pfizer pitching the federal government for long-term profitability on their drug. They want to start vaccinating children that are like less than 11 years old. And statistically, they're not even in the range of being in danger for I'm not even allowed to say the word. I think you know what I'm talking about here. So, I'd be careful. They're reaching now, and Moderna is now broken down on a daily time frame. Pretty ruthless sell-off yesterday, on volume no less. Let's take a look at it from a higher level view. Go to a monthly chart. We're holding support on a monthly time frame. Weekly chart. Remember, 2 trading days left to go. Outside reversal bar, or a bearish engulfing, whatever you want to call it, it ain't good. You can see how we're holding this volume shelf here. $161.05 is the line in the sand. Where do we close? 162.84. We're right there. If we want, let's bring it down lower. Give it a little bit more room. Right there, 157.70. That marks the lows of yesterday, but I would certainly keep an eye on this 161 mark. Wherever you put your stop, either way, this is a stock that's in trouble. But it's early in the month. Maybe it'll rally back. We've seen worse. We'll leave it off with PTON. Ricasso, trip Qs, 5% correction or 15%. The way that the charts are setting up right now, it looks as though it's setting up for a longer term correction. Janet Yellen did not help that situation the other day. The way she had to walk that comment back about raising rates was not good. If they keep yields down, it means that you'll probably see a bid under the tech stocks. Earnings season is over. We had a good earnings season, by and large, by the mega cap names. But the shares are down. So what does that tell you? It tells you that a lot of these good earnings are priced in. So I'm concerned about the overall market, so much so that we have a short position on the small caps. We have a short position on the large cap Q names. We booked that profit. We're looking to reopen that position now, but we're waiting for the signal by the market, and that'll dictate to us what we do. So I wouldn't be the least bit surprised to get a 15% correction. We're due. We're well overdue. Peloton, weekly chart. We've broken support. I had an alert set up here. It fired off. I remember it. I wasn't looking to short it. I was looking for a bounce. That bounce did not happen. We've broken support. We have 2 trading days left to go. Maybe we'll close at weekly highs for all I know, right? Technical analysis is not a crystal ball. It's all about probability. So what's the probability of Peloton recovering? Very, very low, but not impossible. So it looks as though we're breaking down and breaking down hard below rock solid support. I would avoid. This is a COVID play, and of late they have not been doing well. So I would avoid this. And with that, folks, are you short? Jay, are you shorted mRNA 2 days? Good for you, man. Congratulations. Good luck on the trade, too. And with that, folks, everybody have a profitable trading day. I'll talk to you tonight, Sunday Night Futures Live, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Click the bell button. Get notified when we go live. Be well.